Hello everyone, today is a very special day because we are going to film a very interesting video, I think. I went ahead and I got myself a Guerlain unicorn, and now we are able to sit and speak of it at our leisure, with no interruptions for as long as it takes, because I feel that I need to talk about Guerlain the way I sometimes do. It's a need. So this is the Guerlinade Eau de Parfum, which was released by Guerlain in 1998. This was done by Jean-Paul Guerlain, and this has an occasion. This has several occasions, I think. So the history is a bit fuzzy on this, because apparently, well, surely, not apparently, they had a previous scent called Guerlinade at the turn of the century in the 20s. I have no idea what that smells like. For that matter, I have no idea what this smells like. But this one was released in 1998 with the occasion of Jacques Guerlain's birthday, I think. Oh, I'm getting very confused. Okay, there I went, made a fool of myself. So, just to clarify, this was launched in 1998 it was done by Jean-Paul Guerlain. I don't know if I mixed their names. They're all called Guerlain. So Jean-Paul Guerlain made this fragrance in 1998, and they launched it in order to commemorate the 200th birthday of Pierre-François Pascal, PFP Guerlain, which was the founder of the house. Jesus, I couldn't have remembered this. I will remember it now because I had to search for it again. I knew I read about this somewhere, and now it took me quite some time to find that same article again. This is, as I said, the history is a bit fuzzy. I'm sure there are people who know a lot more about this fragrance than I do. I am sure of this. However, what's interesting for me about this fragrance is not the details regarding its launch or anything, is the name, right? It is called Guerlinade, and you have heard me talk, me and other people, other Guerlain fans, about this term Guerlinade. And this is, for those of you who don't know, this is the accord that the rather famous accord that kind of runs through all of the fragrances of the House of Guerlain, and it kind of gives them the same, this familiar sense of belonging to the House of Guerlain. When I think of the Guerlinade, so first of all, the Guerlinade, because they made this information public, or they did speak of the Guerlinade at some point, and the Guerlinade is supposed to have some main notes, but of course it has others. But the main notes of the Guerlinade is bergamot, iris, rose, jasmine, tonka, and vanilla. It's 6. I'm very happy that I remembered them correctly. So when I think of the Guerlinade, it is something that I kind of imagined into being from smelling the multiple fragrances that I own from this house, and also keeping in mind the 6 notes. Whenever I think of the Guerlinade, I think of several fragrances that I brought here with me, and they are, so first of all, Cologne de Soixanty, And this is, oh God, on the fresher side of things, on the tea side of things. It's I think the linden is most prominent in this fragrance, but so are all the other ingredients or notes rather mentioned. Then there is this, which is a bit more of a heavier version of Cologne de Soixanti. This is the Parfum or Eau de Parfum version. Yes, it's the Eau de Parfum version. And this one is also a stunner. If you ask me, the thing I most enjoy about the Guerlinade is, of course, the iris. And just a brief reminder, you know the Millesime special editions of Shalimar that they have started 2 years ago. We had Millesime Vanilla Planifolia, we had Millesime Tonka. There are rumors of a Millesime Iris being launched somewhere this year, and I am very excited about that. I think I saw an announcement on this on Facebook or somewhere, but I think I was, so I made this prediction when I heard they were launching Millesime Tonka. I knew kind of that they were going to go through all of the points of the Guerlinade. So stay tuned for that. I am very excited for that as well. And I am very excited for Millesime Rose, Millesime Jasmine, and Millesime Bergamot as well. Then, speaking of the iris, this is another great example for the Guerlinade. This is Après l'Ondée. And this is a bit, we're getting more into the heavier Tonka parts of the Guerlinade. This is also it manages to keep itself so fresh and so green. A very crisp fragrance, I like to say, about Après l'Ondée, but a very good example of the Guerlinade. Then we have the epitome, in my mind, of the Guerlinade, which is L'Heure Bleue, of course, and this is on the heaviest side of Tonka, vanilla, and iris, and jasmine as well, and orange blossom, and of course many other delicious things. But this is, so whenever I think of Guerlain, this is the fragrance I think about. And whenever I think of the Guerlinade, the mere concept of the Guerlinade, these two are the fragrances that come to mind, just so you know. So I'm telling you all this because I am very curious what the fragrance called Guerlinade from Guerlain has to offer. We might be very surprised. Then there's this one. This is the modern Guerlinade. And I say it's modern not because in terms of notes, because in terms of notes they are very much in keeping with their tradition, but only because they went a bit crazy with the gourmand side of things, and it's not the first time they go crazy with the gourmand side of things. Hello, Shalimar. But this is, to me, the modern Shalimar, although they have nothing in common except for the Guerlinade, of course. But this is, again, heavy on the Tonka, heavy on the vanilla, a bit of iris just to keep things interesting, a bit of rose in there, almost no jasmine to speak of, and lots of lavender. So again, this is the EDT, by the way, and again, gorgeous scent, gorgeous. So yes, I had to go through these. Of course, when you speak of the Guerlinade, there's also Shalimar, which I was just I couldn't decide on which Shalimar I would bring, because I have so many. I should have probably brought the original, but I decided to keep things interesting and not that predictable. So again, I said all these because I needed to prepare my nose and my mind a bit for, I guess, what I am about to smell. So I got this on eBay. No, I didn't get this on eBay. I don't know why I said that. It was always in the back of my mind. You can find this on eBay, but I got it from a very nice lady in Germany, and it was rather expensive because most Guerlain unicorns are, and I don't know how true the term unicorn is when applied to the Guerlinade, because you can still find this, and it is, well, it's not cheap, but it's decently priced. I paid 300 euros for this. It's decently priced when compared to other sought after, very sought after unicorns who can go into the realm of thousands of euros, but that's crazy if you ask me. Even the 300 euro price point, for me it is quite a lot. But I had to find it. And if you know anything about this Guerlinade, you know that it has a very, very gorgeous bottle. So apart from the smell, of which I am very curious, I also got this for the bottle and for the presentation itself, because just look at this stunner. If you want to release a fragrance that sort of celebrates the idea of Guerlain, this is it. This is how you package it. In 1998, I don't know about today, but you'll see when I open this box. But for now, let's look at this. This is the embossed sigil that they use on Eau de Guerlain as well. It's the coat of arms of the Imperial France, I think. I'm not very good at this, but I think it has something to do with the Imperial house and the fact that Guerlain were a provider for the Imperial house, right? With Eau de Cologne Impériale, and that's the one with the sigil, right? It's not Eau de Guerlain. I don't know why I got them confused. I need to buy Eau de Guerlain again because my bottle is almost finished. A gorgeous scent, by the way. So you have the Imperial coat of arms there. Then you have Pierre-François Pascal Guerlain's name here. You've got all 4 of their names. It's Aimé Guerlain, famous for Jiquet. You've got Pierre-François Pascal, the founder of the house and the creator of Eau de Cologne Impériale. Then there's Jacques Guerlain, who made everything, who made simply everything. And then there's Jean-Paul Guerlain, who made everything modern, or at least, well, Thierry Vasser wasn't in the works by then. I don't think. Oh no, because his name is on here. But Thierry Vasser is the guy, the person responsible for us being able to enjoy Guerlain today. So his name should be on here if this got released in present days. Then you have the building, the flagship store right here, and some images, some nice images that are, I guess, reminiscent of what Guerlain is, right? At least to my nose, to my mind, the imaginarium behind, the story behind Guerlain. Whenever I wear L'Heure Bleue or Après l'Ondée, I get one of these images in my mind necessarily. Okay, so let's open this up. I don't know which one is the front. Okay, this one was the front. Okay, hope everything's in order, and it is. Pretty difficult to do this on camera, but again, look at this gorgeous bottle and the gorgeous presentation, and I am jealous that you get to see it and I don't. So I'll turn it around. Oh god, the bottle is spectacular, and oh, it's quite fixed here on this. Okay, because the seller put some scotch tape over the bottle, so it would be fine on the transport. And I will open this up soonish. Okay, so there you have the information on the bottle for those of you who need it. And I want to look at what we have on this inside. Well, quite the presentation, as I said. This is an imagined view from inside a fictional store. It's almost like a coat of arms for modern times, for an imagination for what Guerlain stands for and stood for almost 200 years, which is, again, another reason why I keep buying into this house. And also there's this little scroll here that I want to read. Maybe it has some information. I hope I'll be able to put it back as I found it. I'll try to fix it at some point because I need that presentation to be intact, because I haven't done the photos yet. Okay, so on this, oh no, it's handwritten, so I won't be able to read this because I'm notoriously bad at understanding or at reading handwriting. But hopefully you can see it, and maybe you can pause the video and read it yourself. It's also in French, of course it is, which of course it is. So just to give you a glimpse into the mind of crazy, I had to pause the video and fix the scroll. I had to pause it and fix it because I knew I couldn't continue filming without knowing I had the scroll in pristine condition. Well, it's not pristine anymore, but yeah. Anyway, so let's look at this bottle. I don't think I've seen anything like this bottle at Guerlain before, but this has a strange familiarity for me in terms of design. I don't know why. Maybe I've just seen the bottle for the Guerlinade, and this is why it's been imprinted in my mind, but I think that it works, and I think it is in the same design language as other older bottles of theirs, you know, not Chemade, Chandarome, I think, comes to mind. Let me check. Yes, it is. Yes, I'm happy my mind wasn't playing tricks on me. So sort of, oh, but this one is even more stunning. Oh my. So the Chandarome bottle is just wow. I will have to put something on the screen. So let's think about opening and finally getting to smell this, because I am curious. I might be very surprised Because even though it's called Guerlinade, it doesn't mean that it will smell like the Guerlinade. That's obvious to me. And it's I mean, they are quite famous for doing this. And any example doesn't come to mind, but they are quite famous at saying something smells of this, and well, it turns out it doesn't. They put their own spin on things, but that's not a bad thing at all. Hope this also works, because okay, it budged, because there is a known problem with glass stoppers. Oh, let me apply a generous amount. Oh no, it's projecting already, and what I get is hyacinth and lilac. This is a blue scent. This is a blue scent. It is sickly sweet almost. I love it. I use the term sickly poetically. Oh no, this is, oh God, I am going to love this. The opening is a stunner. Let me just have this blotter here as well. So, aldehydes. This doesn't feel like 1998 at all. This feels older. Aldehydes and lots of spring flowers. There's that lipstick. There's that lipstick accord, the iris. Although it's not a floral iris, it's buttery iris. Lipsticky iris. It's almost like, oh, it's almost like I'm smelling a Chanel, if that makes sense. So I don't know how to express this into words, but it's almost like smelling the Chanel Accord, the aldehydic buttery aldehydes, purse. Oh God, it's beautiful. There's a difference between them. The blotter is a lot more aldehydic. It's like overripe banana. So it's got this fruity smell. And there it comes with a bit of a rose. So the iris said hello, the rose kind of said hello. But this is a bouquet of flowers, and on the skin, it's, oh God, yes, it's got that aquatic Champs-Élysées, very spring flower, lilac and some melon. It's fruity, it's melony, it's violets, hyacinth. I am in love. And I was right. I mean, at first glance, because we will have to let this settle, I was right. This isn't a scent that gives homage to the Guerlinade. This is just a scent that it's called Guerlinade in order to, to celebrate, to bring to mind the essence of Guerlain. But this is not the Guerlinade, or at least not to my nose. It does smell interesting. I mean, I was about to say, because I said that it's almost like I'm smelling a Chanel. That isn't, smelling a Chanel and smelling a Guerlain is not something that's mutually exclusive, as we have Bois des Îles from Chanel, which is very much Guerlain, and we have Liu, which is very much Chanel and Guerlain. So it's, I think it's very much Guerlain, but this is like nothing I've smelled from this house before. I can only liken it a bit to the aquatic sense of Champs-Élysées, which is again another fragrance from that era, from the start of the LVMH. So I guess it was that fragrance wasn't even done by the in-house perfumer. Oh, I forgot. Was it Olivier Cresp? Yes, it was done by Olivier Cresp. And as a funny thing, I filmed another video today of Versace Man Eau Fraiche, which was also done by Olivier Cresp, and I kind of talked about his style of doing fragrances. I don't think it's anything to talk about here for Guerlinade, but it is something to talk about with regards to Champs-Élysées. But this one is, so it doesn't seem, this is a bouquet of flowers that has woody, sort of woody undertones, but this fragrance doesn't seem to have much of a base. So if you're expecting a tonka heavy or a vanilla heavy fragrance, this is not it, thankfully. I guess because it's that woody base that you get. I think it's an iris slash, I'm getting some sandalwood tones, because so it's very interesting the way these things are coming and going. But now I am sort of smelling a precursor to Samsara, which is, wow, very, very interesting for me. I don't know why I said precursor. I don't know what's wrong with me. Maybe because it's the way the idea is presented, right? So it's definitely got some influences from Samsara. Which is also, Samsara is also sort of like an era, the same era of fragrances, but it's early 90s, so not so much, but that airiness, that, and here comes the jasmine, right? That airiness, that jasmine-y white flower, because it's no, oh, hello vanilla. Oh yes. So, oh, we're only missing the tonka. The rose peeked its head just to say hello. It's not there anymore. Well, it is, but it's very, very faint. Jasmine is there. Jasmine says hello. And the vanilla is very, very faint. It's there. But it's very interesting how differently they smell from paper to skin. but it's there, it's at home, because I just got a whiff of L'Heure Bleue. Just a faint idea, like a shadow, like I don't know, an impression. Like L'Heure Bleue is also here, and now it's gone. This is a fragrance that will need a lot of exploring. And so if anything, if this fragrance is a precursor to anything, I think it's this one. They're not terribly similar. In fact, they're not at all similar architecturally. This is an aldehydic floral, while this has anything but the kitchen sink. This is an eau de cologne. But this one as well. So again, this is an old fragrance. Some notes might be altered, but this is not very citrusy. So no hints of bergamot for me, but I attest this probably to the fact that this is an old scent, it's an old bottle. But it is very soapy. It's turning into this powdery, soapy, violet bluish scent, and this is why I'm reminded of this. It's soapy with aquatic undertones that remind me of Champs-Élysées, Colonne de Soixante, a bit of Samsara, just an idea, an icon of L'Heure Bleue, stripped of any tonka whatsoever, and freshness and florals. So because of the aldehydes, I also think a bit of Voldenis, because the fragrance has a bit of a coldness to it. The freshness, the coldness, the way it flies off the skin, the way it takes off. It's a similar dynamic to Voldenis. So I dare say it's a Floro Chypre sort of, without any base to speak of, which is very interesting. And maybe it's just stuck in my mind because of mentioning it yesterday, but it reminds me a bit of La Petite Robe Noire, Eau Fraiche, the way that soapy, almondy soap kind of, that scent was created, and what it means and what it does on the skin. But I can tell you that the liveliness of the florals in the opening are sort of, they die down into this quite abstract aldehydic floral. Which is, again, it's turning soapier and soapier. And the tea notes, yes, the linden, because why I say tea is because we brew tea of the linden blossoms here, and that's why I'm most familiar with that scent. Is quite there. So it's a soapy linden. For once, I think Fragrantica is quite right with the notes, because this is a bluish lilac slash hyacinth slash violet, a bit of lipstick in there, linden blossom, not citrusy enough, or not citrusy at all to my nose. Jasmine's there, rose is there, tonka's not there. Or at least I don't detect it quite yet. I would add fruity aldehydes to this. So there's some green things here as well. So that might mean a bit of coumarin, but it's not heavy on that. But this is it. This is what a journey it's been for me. I mean, I love doing things like this. I love discovering things like this. I love the way I can use the extent of my knowledge on Guerlain to decipher a fragrance for the first time. And of course, this will have to be deciphered at length, because I will have to discover, I can't get over the fact that this bottle is so gorgeous. I can't wait to take photos of it. But this has been just great. Yes. Okay, so I think I should end the video here. I will let you know of any other developments I might find in the scent. I will enjoy my time with the fragrance starting when I close the camera. So yeah, if you have any other questions, do let me know. If you have any corrections for me, I always make mistakes in these videos. Feel free to correct me. I don't mind at all. I find them helpful. So until next time, remember, fragrance creates memories, and may yours be happy.